Good evening and welcome to your 2069 Perfect League World Series broadcast. I'm your host, DRC, and it is my honor and privilege to be bringing you the play-by-play and analysis of tonight's Perfect League World Series matchup between the Osgood Senators, our returning champion from last week, and the Witchwood Wolverines, a team attempting to earn themselves their first trophy of the game cycle. So as we go through tonight, we will check out the stories that these teams have been throughout the course of the season. How have they gotten to this point? How do they win their games? How are they constructed? And after we have a chance to preview the matchups, we'll go ahead and ask the audience who's going to win and in how many games, and then we'll track the play-by-play of each game. We'll live the highs, we'll live the lows. We'll see the moments that make the series and determine who walks away a winner tonight. And I gotta say, the stakes are really high tonight. The stakes are higher tonight than they're going to be for quite some time, and I'll explain exactly why. But first, let's start with team previews. And the first team we'll look at tonight is the Witchwood Wolverines, captained by Glebin 3737. And the way that we do this is we first start with the stats. And the stat that I'm going to pay attention to first is run scoring and run prevention. And as you'll see with this team here, it was a very productive team on both ends of the spectrum. So they were fourth in the conference with 823 runs, fourth out of 20, so right near the top end of that. And then run prevention-wise, 736. So very high marks on both a balanced team. Now defensively, defensive prowess was not a strength for theirs. Defensive efficiency was 12th in the conference, so slightly below average. Zone rating was a negative 18, slightly worse than average as well. So their run prevention was born more out of pitching than it was out of excellent glove work behind them. From a home road split perspective at home, we've got a .593 win percentage, 48 wins in their home park this year. And on the road, slightly below average, slightly below 500 at 38 and 43. And then as we look at their journey that was this season, we see in April and May treading water, 13 and 14 in each month. And then a June that really took them to playoff contention, a 17 and 9 June. And then some solid play from July through September to nail down a wild card spot with an 86-win season. Let's take a look at their ballpark. So they play in Witchwood Park, a retractable roof grass stadium holding 48,000 people, but most relevantly, it's a completely neutral ballpark. So we're not messing with the average, we're not messing with home runs, not messing with our gaps, just 100% neutral, top to bottom. Let's look at the build. So what stands out for the Witchwood Wolverines versus a typical meta build? Well, we've got an everyday special edition Jackie Robinson. You just don't see those anymore. And this is likely part of what held them back defensively. Jackie is only a 92 range, which is not quite second base material anymore, but the Witchwood Wolverines able to get away with it this year without getting much benefit from the bat. So the reason that you play Jackie is to get a league average or slightly better than bat. And Jackie kind of disappointed on both fronts. Disappointed with the bat, and then with the glove, you see he logged a negative 8 ZR this season. So in addition to Jackie, we've got a Maurer Campanella catcher platoon. So Maurer facing right-handed pitching, Campanella facing left-handed pitching. We've also got an everyday Brooks Robinson shortstop. So Brooks Robinson has been observed to be performing very well defensively at second base, really elite defensively at third base. But when you do put him at shortstop, you start to see some of the cracks in the foundation. And as we look at the observed performance for this week, we see at shortstop a -3 on the ZR. Not horrible. Definitely not horrible. But Witchwood making some editorial decisions to optimize run production at the cost of defense. And we see that Brooks Robinson brought in an OPS plus of 79, whereas Ozzy or Belanger or a more defensive-oriented player would have been well south of that. From a pitching perspective, what you'll see here is a five horseman approach. Pick your 5 starters and run them out over the course of the season with 0 deviations. Nobody else got a start other than these 5 guys right here. And these 5 guys right here never spent a moment in the bullpen, never spent a moment as a follower, never did anything but start on their 5th day. You see the innings logged for all of them, very consistent here, between 190 and 220. And as far as which players they've selected, you've got the 4 core guys that most people have, which is Pedro, Walter, Spawn, A. Glavin. In this case, it's 100 Glavin, or excuse me, Maddox. And in this case, it's 100 Maddox. And then the 5th starter, or the wild card added to that foursome, is Tom Glavin. So a rotation with Maddox and Glavin taking some liberties with defense and living to tell the story. Let's look at the path they took to get to this point. So they go 3-1 in round 1, taking down Brooklyn, and then have to go to 7 versus Jay Modenhall's Berlin Blue Crabs, a member of TBD. Let's take a closer look at that series. In so doing, we see that Witchwood was up 3-1, but Berlin Blue Crabs fought back to push it to 7 games. But then within that 7th game, the Wolverines able to take it on the backs of a late game rally, starting in the 6th inning and continuing on into the 8th. So after they finish out a 7-game nail-biter versus the Blue Crabs, they move on to face Humidity, and able to take the Humidity down in 5 quick games. So let's talk history. This is the Witchwood Wolverines' 14th season that they've logged within the perfect league. This is their 6th opportunity in the playoffs. This is their 2nd final. I say that from memory because I recall a past broadcast with the Witchwood Wolverines in the final, in the World Series. But they are searching for, and they are vying for, their first ever Perfect League World Series championship. So that is the Witchwood Wolverines. Let's take a quick look at the Osgood Senators. We'll follow the same pathing. So run scoring, run production here. We see a very different build. So the Osgood Senators, 12th in the league in scoring, only 738 runs. So below average in the context of the league. Run prevention, though, 4th in the conference. So similar to the Wolverines, doing a great job of keeping teams off the scoreboard to the tune of 708 runs allowed, one of the top marks in the conference. And similar to the Wolverines, not a defensive team. So only 13th in defensive efficiency, below the benchmark of 0.7, which I always strive to stay above. And then the zone rating here, you see that hemorrhaging down at -16, one of the worst marks in the conference. So we'll see when we get to the players what could be driving that. Now, from a home road perspective, we've got a very unique observed performance here. At home, only 41 wins. I could probably count on one hand. I might be able to count on a couple fingers how many teams that we've had in this Perfect League World Series with less than 41 home wins. This could be our low watermark. But they made up for it on the road. 44 tough, grinded out road wins. Even some of the best teams, even some of the best Perfect League champions of weeks past were not able to eclipse that 44 road wins mark. So the Osgood Senators getting it done on the road and picking up some key victories that way. From a calendar perspective, you see that this team, which just snuck into the playoffs with an 85-win season, closed strong. A 17-10 September vaulted them into the playoffs and away from the relegation Puma. Let's check out their ballpark. They play at Corbett Field. Retractable roof grass stadium. Holds 41,000, and similar to the Wolverines, it's a neutral ballpark through and through. So this is a cheese-free World Series. No lefty cheese, no righty cheese, no nerf, no boost, no buff. Just straight up baseball here tonight between the Senators and the Wolverines. Let's talk players. So as I was looking to put my finger on why this team performed so substandard from a defensive perspective, I couldn't really find it. Second base, we've got Knapp, which is right in line with league expectation or league average. Shortstop, you've got Ozzy, so going heavily defensive there. Center field, you got Griffey in a platoon with Mays. So we don't see the editorial decisions here to place a bat at a position that they don't really belong at in the lineup here. We just see some below average observed defensive performances from some of our players here. The lower ZRs observed include Shoeless Joe. So Shoeless Joe logging a ton of innings in a corner outfield with a -3 ZR. We see Jackie in short sample with a -5 ZR. So somewhat of an unlucky observed defensive performance for Tech. Let's talk pitching. So dissimilar to the Wolverines, we have Tech doing some more active management in terms of who's starting when, using the opener-follower mechanic, as I'm guessing that was in play for these Newhouser and Carlton starts, even mixing in a Bieber and a David Price, likely when visiting a lefty cheese park. And we've got a number of starts sitting on the reserve. So similar to last week, we've got the four horsemen, or the core four, with Martinez, Spawn, Walter Johnson, and Clemens. And then Tech chooses Tom Seaver as his fifth. And then come playoff time, Seaver sits himself on the bench, on the reserves, as he's not part of Tech's playoff roster. So let's talk path. So a nail biter with the Cyclones in round one. Let's take a peek and see if that was a comeback. And in fact, it was. The Senators found themselves down 2-1. They rallied to win Game 4 in an elimination game, with Shane Bieber picking up the W in a 6-3 victory to go on to an elimination Game 5 and then win a high-scoring affair 10-7 in 11 innings. So the Senators just barely escape round one with the Brooklyn Cyclones and then move on to round two. Able to get through this one in only 6 games, beating the Cardinals, but then needing another 7-game nail-biter versus the Chicks. And we see that Chicks game coming down to that 7th game in which the Senators won that pretty convincingly. starting out with 3 runs in that first inning. Getting to and cracking the code on the Chicks, Roger Clemens. Now let's talk history. And this is where this gets somewhat interesting. So from an Osgood Senator perspective, we'll do that first. This is their 3rd week in the Perfect League. This is their 2nd playoff. Now, they won Perfect League last week. They're going to try to win it again here. But we need to broaden our horizons. This is a story bigger than just the Osgood Senators. Because Tech's other team, his main team, the Ottawa Hammerheads, have already won a Perfect League title. They have already been to 4 Perfect League finals. So what this means tonight is that Tech is now playing in his 6th Perfect League finals across the 2 accounts. He is vying for his 3rd Perfect League World Series championship, something only rivaled with MacJack's, only one other user. And then in that same vein, only one team has ever won Perfect League back-to-back, and that is MacJack's and his San Angelo Warbirds. And so there's a ton on the line tonight. We've got the Senators trying to do something that only one other team has done in terms of winning 3 World Series, that only one other team has done in terms of winning back-to-back World Series. And both of those feats being done by the same team. In addition to that, this is the last week where 8 inches of plastic glory are on the line as well. The last week of the Perfect League World Series trophy. And so the winner tonight will get one. Either Tech's getting his 3rd one, or we've got the Witchwood Wolverines winning their first. So that's the setup. What do you guys think? Who's going to win and in how many games? Are we going to have Tech equal MacJack's in terms of total Perfect League World Series championships by owner? Are we going to have him equal MacJack's in terms of becoming the 2nd team to ever win back-to-back Perfect League titles? Or are we going to have the Witchwood Wolverines winning their first? They've been in Perfect League 14 times. They've made the playoffs 6 of them. They've made the finals twice. Now, will they win and become a champion for the first time here tonight? So what do we got? Tech in 6, Wolverines in 5. Tech in 7, Wolverines in 7. We got Port Dog saying the champ's going to repeat in 6. Breed Av with Tech in 6. Wait till next year predicting this one might go 9. So I'm going to, while you guys continue to put in your picks, I'm going to load up the most recent sim and see where we're at. But we've got a hot one tonight. There's a lot on the line here tonight. DRC in 8, Yuka with the undying support of the Naperville Nomads, despite the fact that they can't even get to perfect. All right, let's hide some scores. Let's get to game 1, and let's get this underway. All right, so we are ready for game 1, folks. We are ready for game 1 of the 2069 World Series. Now, let's recall every game of this series will be played in a neutral ballpark. So there are no handedness advantages to be had, either from a pitching or a hitting perspective. We are just playing it straight up, and we'll do that here in game 1 with the Witchwood Wolverines throwing out Pedro Martinez, face of the franchise, to start this off. Ty Cobb will lead off for the Senators and get us underway. Wind and the pitch. Ball 4. We get this World Series underway with a 6-pitch walk worked by Ty Cobb. Perhaps a good omen for the Osgood Senators and Tech 15. A little fast forward, time warp for you. We move all the way to the bottom of the 4th. We've got Willie Mays on first for the Witchwood Wolverines, as they are looking to be the first team to dent the score sheet tonight. We got Jackie Robinson Special Edition at the plate here. Now, we talked about him and how teams in Perfect are not running him at second base anymore. But Witchwood did, and they find themselves here in the World Series. Let's see what he's got in mind here, facing the Osgood Senators. Pedro Martinez with 2 away. The pitch. Little looper, right field and through. Mays will race all the way around to third. Fans gets into it for the first time here tonight, as Jackie Robinson with a little looping single to extend this 4th inning. That brings up Joe Maurer. Maurer bats here with runners at the corners and 2 away. He's worked a full count on Pedro. The pitch. Little blooper up the middle, fielded it short, over to first in time to retire the rally and keep the Wolverines off the scoreboard. We go top 6 now. Senators time on the highlight machine, and they'll start with Shoeless Joe Jackson. Wind and the pitch. Little dinker, fielded at third, long throw to first, not in time. A hustling Shoeless Joe Jackson beats out the throw from Rogers Hornsby. Looked like he didn't get everything into that one, as Shoeless Joe Jackson beats that one out in a bang-bang play at first base. The very next batter is Rogers Hornsby. 1-0 count on him, the pitch. Little blooper. Catcher and third baseman converging. We don't know who made the play, but someone did. Looks like it's Hornsby who ends up calling off Joe Maurer and making the play in foul territory. But a crucial and important first out acquired there by Pedro Martinez here in the 6th. We go top 7 now. We are still scoreless. Of all the Perfect League World Series broadcasts I've done, I don't know that we've ever made it into a 7th inning without someone scoring. We'll see how much longer the scoring drought goes as Ken Griffey steps into the batter's box here in the top of the 7th. Wind and the pitch. That ball belted deep right field. Giving chase is Gwynn. He won't get it. He runs out of room as Griffey circles the bases. A towering shot near the foul pole in right field makes it 1-0 Senators as they grab the lead here late in game number 1. Bottom 7. Wolverines looking to even it up. They've already got 2 out and nobody on, as well as their hitter down in a 1-2 count. And it not just being any Brooks Robinson, but an icy cold Brooks Robinson. But we're getting a highlight. And when we're getting a highlight, we're often getting a highlight for a reason. So we'll see what happens here. 1-2 count. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning and will push us to the 8th with the Senators still leading 1-0. Bottom 8 now. Wolverines still searching. There's no better place to look, though, when you're searching than having Shoeless Joe Jackson, the very best hitter in Perfect League, at the plate to lead off this 8th inning. Wind and the pitch from Hoffman. Strike 3 called. Hoffman taking over for Pedro Martinez and striking out Shoeless Joe here to lead off the 8th. 1 away for the very next batter. It's Wade Boggs. Worked himself a full count. The pitch. Line drive, base hit to right field. Shoeless Joe grabs it, fires it in. It keeps Boggs at first base. But that's a rally for the Wolverines this home crowd, 41,000 strong, just looking for something to get excited about, and they might have just found it there. We've got a pinch runner into the ball game. It's Ricky Henderson. As Rogers Hornsby comes into up to the plate, 2-2 count on him. First to pickoff throw. Another pickoff throw. Runner back. Full count now on Hornsby. The pitch. Little looper, left field and down. Henderson around second. He'll stop there. Odd base running by Henderson. One of the best base runners in the game. Got an oddly bad jump on that batted ball. Ends up having to stop at second base instead of being able to work his way around to third as he represents the tying run. We'll see if it ends up coming into play as Ty Cobb comes to the plate. Wolverines fans on their feet. Hoffman on the mound. 1-1 count the pitch. Line drive left field. And that ball is down. Around third is Ricky. He's going to try to score. The throw. Not in time. Tie ball game. Off the bat of Ty Cobb. Still 1-1 as the Wolverines and their fans are trying to take the lead in this one. Runners at second and third, one out. Willie Mays at the plate. We've got the Senators bringing the infield in here, as well as Ultra shifting their infield to the pull side. 2-1 count. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Not too deep. Makes the catch. Here comes the throw to the plate. That will hold the runner. Rogers Hornsby taking no chances here, not being willing to test the arm of a Ken Griffey Jr., and so an unproductive out off the bat of Willie Mays will put the fate of this rally into the hands of Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn steps up. He's down on the count 1-2, but it's not any Tony Gwynn. It is fire Tony Gwynn. We've seen that fire emoji mean a lot time and time again. Can Fire Tony come through with the game on the line in game one? Hoffman comes set, delivers, ground ball, tough play. Hoffman fields it, throw to first in time. Hoffman jumps off the mound with a cat-like poise, able to field the ball and throw it in the same motion to get a hustling Tony Gwynn to end the threat and push us to the ninth inning, still tied at 1. Top 9. Senators go to work. They'll send up Nap Lajoie. 1-2 count on him. The wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Mariano Rivera strikes out Lajoie swinging. Best way you could hope to start off this ninth inning. Next batter, Ken Griffey Jr. Rivera goes to work on him. Has him down on the count 0-1. Wind in the pitch. That ball crushed into the right center field gap, and it's down. Griffey will head for extra bases on his way to second. He's not stopping there. He's heading all the way to third. He'll slide in with a one-out triple. Ken Griffey Jr. trying to will his Senators to an early Game 1 win. Griffey still on third. Now on second, we've got Henderson as a pinch hitter who has gotten on base and moved up to second, as we now have Ozzy Smith in the batter's box. Let's set this up with our matchup analyzer. So what is our matchup analyzer, you might ask? The matchup analyzer is observed statistics in the perfect league for the past 3 weeks. So what we can do is we can load up our hitter, we can load up our pitcher, and then we can assess what we think might just happen. And so into the matchup analyzer goes Mariano Rivera Special Edition. Into the matchup analyzer goes Ozzy Smith 100 Legend card. and we put the appropriate splits in there, and what we see is that Ozzy is not the best hitter in the world, to the surprise of absolutely no one. A 597 OPS versus right-hand pitching, whereas Mariano Rivera is right around league average with his metrics here. We'll go ahead and tip the scales and say that Mariano Rivera owns this matchup here, but that's why they play the game. Senators threatening here in the ninth. Full count. The pitch. Ground ball to second. Makes the play. Throws to first. Checks the runner. 2 outs. A great play at second base by Jackie Robinson's special edition. Freezes Ken Griffey Jr. in his tracks and then able to throw to first to retire Ozzy Smith. What that's going to do is that's going to give Rivera an opportunity to exit this threat if he can just get through Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb to the plate. We've got the matchup analyzer primed and ready, so let's use it one more time here, and you see a very different story. Ty Cobb of the Senators definitely owns this matchup here, and he's got a full count. The pitch. Ground ball to first, makes the play, takes it to the bag, inning over. We go bottom 9, still tied at 1. Bottom of the 9th, we'll start off for the Wolverines with Jackie Robinson at the dish, facing the Senators' Mariano Rivera. Wind and the pitch. That ball crushed into the left center field gap. Robinson on his horse. He's got extra bases. Heads to second. He'll stop there. Representing the winning run, he is aboard at second base here to lead off the 9th. Very next batter, Joe Maurer, looking to bring home Robinson, or at worst, move him on over to third base. 2-2 count on Maurer. The pitch. Ground ball second base. Fields it, makes the play. A very productive out for Maurer as he moves a great base runner over, now 90 feet away from winning this ball game with 1 out here in the 9th. Up to the plate comes Brooks Robinson. Now let's not forget, Brooks Robinson's wearing that icicle. He's wearing that icicle like a 5,000-pound anchor. Can he rise up above it to win this game here in Game 1 for the Wolverines? Infield in for the Senators. Game 1 hanging in the balance. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Senators' Mariano Rivera with a 94-mile-an-hour sinker on the inner half gets a swing and a miss from Brooks Robinson and now has himself in range to get out of this trouble here in the 9th and push us to extras. But before he can do that, he's got to get through the best hitter in Perfect League. He's got to get through the one, the only, shoeless Joe Jackson. You see his dastardly triple splits in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. The net of it is a 922 OPS observed in Perfect League over the past 3 weeks. And he's got the opportunity to win this game. Kudos to the Senators coaching staff, the Senators manager, for having the guts to pitch it to shoeless Joe Jackson here. I can't say that I would. I would much rather face Cap Anson right here in this situation, but we'll see how it plays out. Oh, and listen to that. Listen to that. The Wolverines fans, they're to their feet. They are expecting shoeless Joe to do something magical here. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Mariano Rivera rewarding his coach's trust with a strikeout of shoeless Joe Jackson to end the rally in the 9th. The Wolverines leave 1. They strand a leadoff double from Jackie Special Edition, and we now head to extras. Here in the top of the 10th, Senators send up Willie Mays to lead off this one, but it's not just any Willie Mays. It is fire Willie Mays, and we know what fire can mean in the playoffs. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Rivera throwing some fire through the fire. A 93-mile-an-hour cutter, and puts Willie Mays right back to the bench there. 1 out to lead off this 10th. Very next batter, Shoeless Joe. The pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Robinson ranged to his left, was unable to snag that one out of the air before it cleared the infield. And now we've got Shoeless Joe aboard as Rogers Hornsby steps to the plate. 2-1 count on Horns. The pitch. Little grounder to third, fields it, throw to first, not in time! Rogers Hornsby charged the ball, had to wait for the right hop, grabs it and throws it in the same motion, didn't get a ton on the throw, and is unable to throw out his doppelganger, Rogers Hornsby of the Osgood Senators, at first base. Now furthering the trouble for the Witchwood Wolverines. Up comes Jackie Robinson as this 10th inning is getting more dangerous by the batter. Full count on Jackie as Rivera is going to try to work his way out of trouble here. Looking to induce a ground ball and hope his infield of Robinson and Robinson can turn too. The pitch. Fly ball right field, playable. Making the catch is Gwynn, but tagging to third safely is Shoeless Joe. Now 2 away in the 10th. And this rally lays at the feet of Nap Lajoie, an incredible hitter. Someone who, when he gets the bat on the ball, good things happen. And we'll go ahead and set up this matchup in the matchup analyzer. Lajoie, a slugging and average dominant profile. Not much for walking, but does a good job of hitting righties his same side, to the tune of about a league average bat, league average observed performance. Can he come through here in the 10th? First to pickoff throw, runner back. Two count on Lajoie. Wolverines fans want one more strike. They want another crack at walking this game off here in the 10th inning. But first they need to get Lajoie. 2-2 count on him, the pitch. First pickoff, runner back. The pitch, runner going. It's a ball. Stealing second base uncontested is Rogers Hornsby. And we now have a full count. The runner that matters most is the one on third base, but we've now got a second runner in scoring position, further increasing the danger here for the Wolverines. Full count, the pitch. Ball 4. They're now loaded, and they're loaded for Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr.'s last time up was a ringing double to right center field. Does he have an answer here in the 10th? Wolverines fans want one more strike. We've got a pitching change. Into this game comes Steve Carlton, one of the best pitchers versus left-hand pitching in the game. I'll show you the matchup analyzer now. Carlton versus left, pretty dominant numbers, and that's what the Wolverines are leaning on here to get out of this jam here in the 10th. 0-2 count on Griffey. The pitch. Strike 3 called! 87-mile-an-hour slider on the black, and that's going to push the Wolverines to the 10th and strand the bases full of Senators here in the 10th. Wolverines fans can take a deep breath. They had every reason to believe they were going to be trailing coming out of that top of the 10th, and they're still tied, and now have the opportunity to plate one and win game one. They'll start off their efforts with Cap Anson leading off against Mariano Rivera. Wind in the pitch. Little grounder to first. Easy field, easy play for Jackie Robinson, now playing first base. 2 outs now. Ty Cobb to the plate. 2-2 count on him. The wind and the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Ty Cobb with a 2-out single for the Wolverines, now representing the winning run in the form of a great base runner. He steals second base. So Ty Cobb put himself in scoring position as Willie Mays comes to the plate. Infield shifting, trying to prevent anything from getting through. Outfield playing deep and shifted as well. The pitch to Mays. Ground ball to third. Fields it, throws it in time. Ty Cobb will be stranded, and we are headed and ticketed for another extra inning at least as we head to the 11th. Here in the 11th, Steve Carlton still pitching. Came on to get that very difficult out with Ken Griffey Jr. The perfect matchup in that situation, but now he's facing Roy Campanella. And this is not a perfect matchup. You've got home run risk here, you've got walk risk, but Carlton will see what he can do. Full count, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. The Wolverines, Carlton starts off this 11th with a swinging strikeout of Roy Campanella. Now 2 away in the inning, and Ty Cobb strolls up. The wind and the pitch. Line drive, right field, but there making the grab is Tony Gwynn. 3 up, 3 down for the Wolverines, and we'll head back to the bottom of the 11th. And we'll start off this 11th with Tony Gwynn, but not just any Tony Gwynn. Fire. Tony Gwynn. He's wearing the fire emoji. Let's see what he can do with it. 2-1 count on him, the pitch. Line drive left field, and it's down. A leadoff single to the opposite field by Tony Gwynn. Represents the winning run with his leadoff single. Next batter, Jackie Robinson. The pitch. He bunts. Gwynn on his way to second. Nobody covering. A very successful execution of a sacrifice bunt as Gwynn moves up to second. Jackie Robinson retired at first as the pitcher made the play. Mariano Rivera fired on over to the second baseman. And we've got 1 away now and a runner in scoring position. Up comes Joe Maurer. The pitch. Ground ball to short. Fielding and throwing, making the play. That's 2 away. But moving on over to third is Tony Gwynn. So what was a leadoff single is sacrifice bunted to second, moves to third on a 6-3 putout, and is now 90 feet away, hoping for a wild pitch, a pass ball, an infield single, an E6. Anything will bring him home at this point. And the person at the plate tasked with bringing him home is Brooks Robinson, who has now failed in multiple times this game as he is still wearing that snowflake in that 9 spot in the order for the Wolverines. Even so, the Wolverines faithful come to their feet, trying to encourage him to come through in this moment, break through the snowflake. You don't need to be iced forever. Win this game, walk this game off, and maybe that snowflake disappears. Full count, the pitch. He walked him. Brooks Robinson works a walk to bring the game and extend this inning to Shoeless Joe Jackson, the best hitter in the game. He will face a relief pitcher in the form of David Price, and he's got himself a full count, the pitch. Fly ball right field. Heading back is the right fielder, but he makes the grab. Shoeless Joe ranges back 5 or 6 steps to catch the batted ball off the bat of Shoeless Joe and push us to the 12th inning. Here in the 12th, the Osgood Senators lead their attempted rally here in the 12th with Willie Mays, but not just any Willie Mays. Fire Willie Mays. Full count. He walked him. A leadoff walk for Fire Willie. And that's going to bring up Shoeless Joe. The pitch to Shoeless. Ground ball to third. To second one. Unable to complete the play to first base, but they're able to get the lead runner. Shoeless Joe will assume first base as Willie Mays is retired at second. And the next batter is Rogers Hornsby. 2-2 count on him. First throw to first, runner back. Full count now on Horns. Another throw to first, runner back. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Huge strikeout from Steve Carlton. Second time this game he's earned a strikeout in a tough matchup versus a right-handed batter. The first coming with Campanella, and now this time with Rogers Hornsby. That gives Hornsby 20 strikeouts this postseason for the Osgood Senators. A dubious achievement. Last batter here for the Senators before we roll this baby to the bottom of the 12th is Jackie Robinson. The pitch. Line drive left field, base hit. That will extend the inning, move Shoeless Joe on up to second base, and bring up Nap Lajoie. Lajoie will now face a relief pitcher. Liam Hendricks comes in for Steve Carlton. Hendricks, one of the better right-handed relievers in this game. Game on the line here in game one. The pitch. Looper to left field. That ball is down. Around third is Shoeless. He'll hold. Shoeless holds at third base. A conservative base running play by the Osgood Senators as they were fearing the laser rocket arm of Shoeless Joe Jackson out in left field. Shoeless not having the guts to run on Shoeless. And now the Senators will need another base hit to play to run here in the 12th. Hendricks faces him. It has a 2-2 count. Wolverines fans can feel it. They can feel the opportunity to push this game to the 12th. They need one strike here to get out of this trouble and strand the bases loaded for the second time this game. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Liam Hendricks gets Ken Griffey with 97 on the outer half as Griffey swings right through it, unable to catch up to the heat. And now the Wolverines will have yet another chance to end this one in the bottom half. We will look back on that conservative base running play for the Senators. Shoeless Joe Jackson, a good base runner, a speedy base runner with 2 outs, running on contact, not able to score. Well, they will need to now hold serve here in the 12th to earn another chance in the 13th. And that will start with Cap Anson facing their David Price. 1-2 count on Anson, the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike three. Big strikeout for David Price. Always important to keep the leadoff runner off. And that's exactly what he does here. Brings up the very next batter, which is Rogers Hornsby. 3-1 count on him. The pitch. Ball 4. Hornsby is aboard. Another inning where the Wolverines put aboard the potential game-winning run. Ty Cobb to the plate. The pitch. Looper up the middle. Base hit. Around second. Heading to third is Hornsby. The throw. Not in time. An aggressive base running play by Hornsby, who read the bat off the ball perfectly, takes an extra base, and now sits 90 feet away, representing the winning run. Willie Mays to the plate. He's only had 3 times where he's had a chance to win it. Let's see if he can crack the code here in time number 4. First, a pickoff throw, runner back. 2-1 count on Mays. Another pickoff throw. 3-2 count, the pitch. Little looper left field, making the grab and throwing to first. Did he get him? Safe. What a play. A very aggressive play by Willie Mays, now playing left field for the Senators. He catches this shallow fly ball off the bat of Willie Mays. Didn't even think about throwing home. Knowing that Hornsby was not going to try to score, he fires a laser beam to first base, trying to catch Ty Cobb sleeping, and nearly did it. But Ty Cobb able to hustle back and keep this rally going. A heads-up play all around. Now Hank Aaron to the plate. 2-0 count on Hank. Hank Aaron, a pinch hitter, trying to walk this off here in the 12th. The pitch. Ground ball second base. Throw to first in time. That ends the threat in the 12th. We head on to the 13th. Here in the 13th, Senators will lead it off with Campanella. 1-2 count on him. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Liam Hendricks throwing some gas here, setting up this 90-mile-an-hour slider that Roy Campanella swings right over the top of to get the first out here in the 13th. Now with 2 away in the 13th, Ty Cobb comes up for the Senators. Wind and the pitch. Line drive, base hit right field. Just sneaks it through the combination of Jackie Robinson and Cap Anson. A little seeing eye single action there for Ty Cobb, a great base runner. Ty Cobb steals second base and sets up Willie Mays now with 2 outs. Wolverines looking for a strikeout, looking for a pop out, a ground out, anything but Willie Mays coming through here. This is Fire Willie. We haven't seen the Fire matter a whole lot in a game that's seen 12 innings played and 2 runs scored. But we'll see if that all changes right here with 1 swing of the bat from Willie Mays. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Ranging in is Mays. He'll put the squeeze on it, and we head to the bottom. An unbelievable game 1 unfolding. We now head to the bottom of the 13th. Leading off is Jackie Robinson for the Wolverines. The pitch. Little blooper right field. Heading in is Shoeless. He'll put the squeeze on it. 1 up and 1 down. Excellent bullpen action and bullpen performance for both teams here in this one. 2 away here in the bottom of the 13th. Brooks Robinson comes up. We've only seen him on the highlight machine a half dozen times tonight. We'll see him one more time at least with David Price. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Fields it, throws it, 3 up and 3 down. For the first time that I can recall, the Wolverines don't threaten in the bottom half of their extra inning, and we push on to the 14th. Top 14, Shoeless Joe to the plate. Still facing the Witchwood Wolverines, Liam Hendricks. Let's see if he can start a rally. Wind and the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Shoeless Joe will start off this 14th with a looping single to center field. Into the game comes Johnny Vandermeer, a pitcher that logged some pretty impressive statistics in Perfect League, which we'll get to if this game ever ends. 1-1 count on Hornsby. The pitch. Line drive down the right field line and fair. The outfield was shifted the wrong way, making this a very long run. Hornsby will get to second. Shoeless Joe will stop at third. Kudos to Hank Aaron, who had to run a very, very long way to get that ball, but yet was able to retrieve it in time to prevent Shoeless Joe, a very good base runner, from scoring. The Senators showing some conservative base running here for the second time tonight, although in this case they've got 0 outs, and you most definitely don't want to make the first out of an inning at home plate. Up comes Jackie Robinson. The infield will be drawn in. Johnny Vandermeer, known for his stuff, not known for his control, does have first base to work with here in case he loses Jackie on this full count pitch. The pitch. Ball 4. They are now loaded with nobody out in the 14th. The best threat that the Senators have had all game long. And now Nap Lajoie comes up with 2 strikes. Nobody out and the bases loaded. The pitch. Ground ball. No, liner to short. Liner right to Brooks Robinson at short. He squeezes it. All the runners are back. No harm, no foul. Just as good as a strikeout, as we've now got 1 away. And we move on to Ken Griffey Jr. 1-2 count on Griffey. The pitch. Strike 3 called. A huge strikeout from Johnny Vandermeer. He is 1 batter away from pulling a Houdini act here in the 14th. That batter will be Roy Campanella. Vandermeer's got him down on the count 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Unbelievable performance from Vandermeer to dig himself out of the hole he created. Going bases loaded, nobody out, to line out, strikeout, strikeout, and keeping the Senators off the board, stranding another village of base runners. Bottom 14. Shoeless Joe of the Wolverines will start this one off against David Price. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. David Price blows 94-mile-an-hour heat past Shoeless Joe Jackson to lead off this 14th inning. 2 away now as Price is pitching to Hornsby. 3-0 count on Horns, the pitch. Ball 4. Ball 4. Hornsby now represents the winning run here with 2 outs and nobody, or 2 outs and Hornsby on first. Into the game comes the Senators' Hal Newhouser as he will face Ty Cobb. 0-1 count on Cobb. First a check on the runner, runner back. Another check on the runner, runner back. 0-2 count on Cobb now. The pitch. Strike 3 called. That will end the Wolverines' threat in the 14th. They strand a runner, and we now head to the 15th. We are quickly approaching, if we haven't already made it to unprecedented territory on these broadcasts. I don't know that I can remember a 15-inninger, but keep them coming. We'll start off the top of the 15th with the Osgood Senators' Ozzy Smith batting against the Witchwood Wolverines' Johnny Vandermeer. Wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vandermeer blows 97 by Ozzy Smith and has the first batter retired as the lineup now flips over and Ty Cobb comes up. Retires Ty Cobb as well and is now a fire Willie Mays away from pushing this one to the bottom of the 15th. 2-2 count on Mays. Wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Vandermeer, a 1-2-3 inning, has now retired 6 batters in a row and is putting his team in position to win this game 1. That effort will start with Willie Mays at the dish for the Wolverines facing the Osgood Senators' Newhouser. 1-1 count the pitch. Little looper, left field, ranging over and making a diving catch is Fire Willie Mays. An unbelievable display of athleticism. Ranging hard to his left, making a full extension diving play to retire the Willie Mays of the Witchwood Wolverines. 1 up, 1 down. Now Hank Aaron to the plate. Full count on him. Wind in the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Wolverines have a base runner here with 1 away. Up comes Jackie Robinson and the fans. The fans, not a person has left this stadium. They are hanging around to see who wins it, and they are rooting for their Witchwood Wolverines to be the one who does it. And they want Jackie to come through and contribute toward that end right here and right now. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Jackie Robinson chased an 86-mile-an-hour slider. Low and in, unable to get a hold of it, unable to spoil the pitch, and now there's 2 outs for Roy Campanella. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Newhouser's on both sides. Pitching lights out and giving more and more free baseball. Top 16. Tom Seaver into this game for the Wolverines. Shoeless Joe at the plate for the Senators. Both teams digging deep. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Tom Seaver starting off with an unlikely strikeout of Shoeless Joe Jackson to lead off this 16th inning. Very next batter, Rogers Hornsby. 1-1 count on him. Wind in the pitch. That ball crushed. Deep right center. Back, and gone! Rogers Hornsby with the most delicious Oppo taco the Senators have ever tasted. 2-1. .369 feet to the opposite way. An incredible display of hitting as he stays on his back foot, tracks that 91-mile-an-hour slider low in the zone, and able to turn it around and turn it into a souvenir. 2-1 Senators. Bottom 16. Bottom 16, Senators trying to clamp this one down. Neuhauser heading out to the bump again. He's been a hero so far, and they'll ask him to do a little bit more. He'll start off this 16th facing the icy cold Brooks Robinson of the Witchwood Wolverines. The wind and the pitch. Grounder up the middle. Fielded by Ozzy over to first in time. 1 up and 1 down. Now Shoeless Joe bats. Full count on him. Wind in the pitch. Strike 3 called. It was borderline. It was a breaking ball on the outer half. Shoeless Joe didn't like the call one bit, but Neuhauser rings him up and is 1 out away from putting a W into the column for the Osgood Senators. Cap Anson comes up, the last hope for the Wolverines. Can Neuhauser finish this one out? The pitch. He bunts. Anson racing to first base. The throw. Safe. Cap Anson beats out a bunt for hit for the Witchwood Wolverines. A bang-bang play. The umpire needed to examine it. He ends up making the call, calling it safe. And that extends the inning for the Wolverines. I thought we had seen everything, and now we've got Cap Anson bunting for hits with the final out of the game in the 16th inning. Unbelievable. Next up, Rogers Hornsby. Can the Wolverines capitalize? First to pick up, throw a runner back. 0-2 count on Horns. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Senators do it. The Senators win an all-timer 2-1. 28 hits in this ball game. 3 runs. And the Senators get 2 of them. They score last. And they now lead this series 1-0. Unbelievable. It's a shame that this type of victory is only worth 1 win. Now, what is going to happen to these bullpens after this game? Look at the damage here. The Wolverines have to send out 7 arms to get through this game. Osgood Senators have to send out 5. And the 5 that the Senators have to send out all log over 25 pitches. So every single one of them is out of commission for game 2. But what an unbelievable battle. What incredible individual performances seen by Hal Neuhauser's on each side. Or Neuhauser on the Osgood side, Vandermeer on the Witchwood side. David Price for Osgood. Just incredible, incredible performances. Incredible performances. All right, let's load up game 2. I mean, shoot, we might be at game 7 right now. What an unbelievable game 1. You know, oftentimes when a series has a game 1 like that, people speculate that whoever wins that game 1 is going to win the whole thing. The emotional toll of investing 16 innings into a game and walking away with nothing cannot be underestimated. Now let's see if the Witchwood Wolverines can battle back. As we get to game 2. We're going to start this one off with Warren Spahn on the hill for the Witchwood Wolverines, as we are now facing a Senators lineup that is loaded with fire. Look at that. Rogers, Hornsby, Hank Aaron, Willie Mays. Those are not 3 fire bats you want to see when you are throwing a Warren Spahn out against them. We'll see if it comes into play here in game 2. First, Spahn versus Cobb. The pitch. Strike 3 called. The Wolverines start off game number 2 in fashion with a called strike 3 of Ty Cobb. We go bottom 3 now. Still scoreless. And we've got Roger Clemens on the hill for the Osgood Senators facing off against Wade Boggs with 2 outs and nobody on. The wind and the pitch. That ball's crushed. Deep right field. It might be. It could be. It is a home run for Wade Boggs, giving the hometown Wolverines a 1-0 lead here early in game 2 with a blast of 364 feet right to that same area of the stadium that Hornsby went yesterday. We go top 4. Senators have to battle back again. They'll start with Shoeless Joe. The pitch. That ball's crushed. Deep right field. It might be. It is a home run. A game-tying shot off the bat of Shoeless Joe Jackson. Goes 372 feet to the power alley. And ties this one up at 1. Still top 4. Very next batter is Hank Aaron. But not any Hank Aaron, but a fire. 0-2 count. Wind in the pitch. That ball's crushed into the right center field gap. It's going to be extra bases. Aaron around first, heading to second. He will stop there with a stand-up double as the Senators are trying to take over in this game. Still top 4. We've got Willie Mays aboard now. First and third, nobody out. Up to the plate comes Nap Lajoie. Wolverines in trouble. The pitch. Little blooper. Ranging over is Lajoie. He'll make the grab. Lajoie on Lajoie crime there. 1 up and 1 down. Up comes Tony Gwynn. The Wolverines now a double play away from escaping this rally. The pitch. Ground ball to short, to second, 1. Unable to complete the play to first, which allows Hank Aaron to score from third base. The keystone combination of Brooks Robinson at short and Jackie Robinson special edition at second. Unable to turn that one fast enough, and Jackie Robinson ends up needing to just eat that ball at second base and then watch the Senators see a run cross the board. Bottom 7. Wolverines trailing. Up to the plate comes Jackie Robinson. Down on the count, 1-2. The pitch. Ground ball to third base. Pitch it, catch it. 3 up and 3 down. Clemens takes him in order in the 7th. Still protecting that precarious 1-run lead. Top 8 now. Senators interested in finding a little bit of insurance. They'll send up Shoeless Joe, who has a home run in this game versus Warren Spahn. 1-2 count. The pitch. Line drive base hit up the middle. Shoeless Joe with a loud single to center, which will extend this inning at least 1 batter in the top of the 8th. Jackie to the plate, 1-0 count on him. The pitch. Little looper, right field, base hit. Shoeless Joe around second, he'll hold there. But the Senators with a little 2-out rally here in top 8. No further damage comes of it, and we now go bottom 8. Senators showing a lot of faith in Roger Clemens, sending him out there. Now, we do need to keep in mind that their bullpen was taxed heavily in game number 1, so this could be less a vote of confidence and more a decision of necessity. But Clemens has allowed 3 hits and a run in this game and is sent out there to protect his own 1-run lead in the bottom of the 8th, starting this inning off with Joe Maurer. Wind in the pitch. Ground ball to second. Easy pitch, easy catch. 1 up and 1 down. Now 2 away in the inning, and Clemens is 1 out from pushing this one to the top of the 9th, still retaining that lead. He'll have to get through Shoeless Joe Jackson, the best hitter in all of the perfect league world. And Shoeless Joe ahead in the count 2-1. The wind and the pitch. Ground ball to short. Ozzy catches it, throws it across. 3 up and 3 down. Clemens pitching a gem here in game number 2. Top 9. Senators still interested in finding an insurance run as they're facing Warren Spahn, who has had himself a great outing as well for the Wolverines. 2-1 count. Wind in the pitch. That ball's crushed into the right field corner. Griffey's going to try for 2. He's going to have to hustle. He will run into second base with a standing double. Standing 1-out double for the Senators, putting a runner in scoring position as they look for a very important insurance run here in the 9th. Warren Spahn walks Roy Campanella, which brings up Ozzy Smith. I have to wonder how many pitches Warren Spahn has thrown in this game. He's given up 9 hits. We know he's walked at least Campanella, but he soldiers on anyway, and as he faces Ozzy Smith here, searching for a double play ball. The pitch. Line drive, base hit to left. Around second, around third, trying to score is Griffey, and he will, standing up. Ozzy Smith comes through with the RBI St. single to left field. Ken Griffey scores. Campanella will park himself at second base, and now there's 2 aboard still as Hornsby comes up. 2 outs now in the 9th. Spahn still on the hill. The pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Around third is Campanella. He's going to try to score. No. They will put the stop sign on at third base. The second hold that we've seen in 2-out situations on hits to the outfield by the Senators. A conservative base running team. They do not score another run in the top of the 9th. And we go bottom 9. They do get 1 insurance run and will now need to protect a 2-run lead. If they're successful, they will take a 2-0 series lead in this one, heading back to Osgood Town. Hoffman will face Boggs to lead off this 9th. Boggs does already have some damage in this one. He started off the scoring with a solo home run to right field. He'll face Trevor Hoffman. 2-2 count. Wind and the pitch. That one's rifled to right field and goes all the way to the wall. Wade Boggs will head to second base. He'll slide in there with a leadoff double. Wade Boggs, a leadoff double to start off this bottom of the 9th. Really underscores how important that insurance was in the top half, as instead of representing the tying run, he is but a run to get them closer to the tying run. As such, they will not pinch run for him. Boggs will stay at second base, and Hornsby will step up. The pitch. That ball's cranked to left field, but caught. A rocket off the bat of Rogers Hornsby, but ranging back into his left is Willie Mays, and making a nice grab to get the first out of the inning. Hoffman now faces Ty Cobb. The pitch. That ball's crushed to right field, and a sliding catch! A sliding catch by Shoeless Joe Jackson. An unbelievable play. Keeps Ty Cobb off the bases and keeps Wade Boggs glued to second base. The Osgood Senators really flashing the leather here in the bottom of the 9th. Next up, and last hope for the Wolverines, is Willie Mays. He'll bat here with Boggs aboard and 2 away. The pitch. Line drive, base hit up the middle. Wade Boggs around third, he'll hold there. No need to chance it. But Willie Mays has put himself as the tying run aboard, which now brings up Tony Gwynn representing the winning run. 1-0 count on Gwynn. Game 2 hanging in the balance. Outfield defense playing no doubles. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Fields it. Long throw to second in time. An excellent play by Rogers Hornsby, playing deep at third with that no doubles defense. Able to field the rocket shot off the bat of Tony Gwynn and fire to second base in time to retire the slow-footed Willie Mays and end the ball game. The Osgood Senators take a 2-0 series lead. Only 9 innings. Only 9 innings. Shocker there. Let's take a look at the box score. So we see Warren Spahn. I had questioned how many pitches he was throwing. He only got up to 109. Very efficient pitching to contact. But he allowed 11 hits and 2 base on balls. He struck out six batters, but only logged 109 pitches and did his part to save the Witchwood bullpen. On the other side, we had Roger Clemens throwing an absolutely masterful performance. 8 innings pitched, only dancing around 5 base runners and only allowing one of them to score via the solo home run off the bat of Wade Boggs. And then Trevor Hoffman comes on for the high drama save to finish out the game. Lowry saying I'll be hoarse tomorrow, and he's not wrong. He is not wrong. All right, I believe we can go right into Game 3. Game 1 has put us on a trajectory where we are not having to wait for anything. So we were able to skip our travel day. We are able to skip all the way here to Game 3. All right, so let's reset here, guys. We've got the Osgood Senators up 2-0 in this one. They are now playing at home. The Senators, if they merely take 2 of 3 at home, will be back-to-back champions of Perfect League, representing only the second person to accomplish that same feat of the entire year. Perfect League has been running from 2030 to 2069, and it's only been done once. And now the Osgood Senators have a 2-0 series lead as they attempt to match the achievement. We will join play here tonight in the bottom of the second with the Senators batting. Stan Musial at the plate, his first highlight of this series. Facing Walter Johnson, the pitch. And that ball's hit well. Deep right field. Giving chase to the right fielder. He will look up and watch it fly away. Stan Musial putting the hometown Senators up 1-0 with this towering 379-foot blast off the bat of Stan Musial. You heard some fireworks. Oh, and I hear some more. I hear some more fireworks out beyond the left field bleachers. Very first hit of the game for the Senators leaves the yard and gives them a lead. We go top 3 now. Wolverines trying to fight back. They've got Brooks Robinson aboard, and look at that. Brooks Robinson has shed his snowflake. The snowflake will haunt him no more, and he is on first base as Shoeless Joe steps into the batter's box. The pitch. Line drive, right field, base hit. Robinson gets to second, and he's going to stop there. 2 on, nobody out. Rally brewing for the Witchwood Wolverines. Up next is Wade Boggs. The pitch. Line drive, base hit to left field down the line. Scoring easily on the play is Robinson. Shoeless Joe will head to third, and he's not going to stop there. The throw to the play, not in time. Wolverines score 2 on the Wade Boggs double and take the lead in this one, stunning the home fans of the Senators. Still top 3. Wolverines looking for the exclamation point to put on this rally as they send up Willie Mays. The pitch. That ball's crushed to center field and going all the way to the wall. Easily scoring from second is Boggs. Heading into second is Mays. Make it 3-1 Wolverines. Still in the third. Senators just trying to end this long inning nightmare. But they've got to get through Tony Gwynn first. The pitch. And Gwynn gets into one. Back, and gone! An upper deck shot from noted power hitter Tony Gwynn. He goes 396 feet to the power alley and makes it 5-1 Wolverines. You could hear a pin drop here in Senators Stadium. The Wolverines have been so hard-pressed to score runs. They have been hard-pressed to drive in runs in scoring position, and all of that seemingly changing here in Game 3 as the series has shifted to the Osgood Senators. We go bottom 4. Senators now trailing 5-2. So we have had some off-camera run scoring. It is 5-2 Wolverines, and the Senators are chasing 3. They've got Lajoie aboard and Griffey at the plate. 1-2 count on Griffey, the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. Lajoie around second. He'll stop there. But a hard lace single off the bat of Ken Griffey Jr. up the middle with 1 away here in the 4th. And the fans will stay on their feet as Ivan Rodriguez heads to the dish. 0-1 count on Pudge. The pitch. That ball's crushed. Deep. It might be. It could be. It is. Ivan Rodriguez hits a moonshot to just left of straightaway center field and ties up this ball game in the 4th. An unbelievable start to this game here tonight. We've got a brand new ball game headed to the 5th, but the momentum fully resides with the Senators. There is no doubt about that. As they string together base hits from Ken Griffey and Ivan Rodriguez going over the fence to tie this game up. Top 5. Into this game comes Madison Bumgarner for the Osgood Senators, trying to stop the bleeding and string together some zeros. His first challenge will be facing Rogers Hornsby. The pitch. And that ball's crushed to deep left center. It's going to one-hop the wall. Hornsby around first. He'll end up with a double. No, he's trying for 3. The throw is not in time. Hornsby catches Tony Gwynn napping out in left field and takes the extra base to lead off this 5th inning as the Wolverines are trying to get that lead right back where it belongs. Bumgarner now facing Ty Cobb. They're going to pull the infield in. We're only in the 5th inning here, but the Senators are playing for that out at home as Bumgarner pitches to Ty Cobb. The pitch. Little looper, base hit, right field. Make it 6-5 Wolverines on the RBI single from Cobb. Leadoff triple to looping single equals RBI. We go bottom 5. Senators looking to battle back. It's been an up and down game, and they now find themselves chasing a run and will send out upper deck home run hitting Tony Gwynn to lead off this 5th inning. Wind and the pitch. Looper up the middle, base hit. Tony Gwynn leads off this 5th inning with a pool cue shot out to center field. And that brings up Shoeless Joe. 0-2 count on him. First to check on the runner. 2-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Huge strikeout from David Price. We know he's a dominant pitcher versus left-handed batting. And he just got Shoeless Joe there. One out here in the fifth. Now Tony Gwynn steals second base. Not known for his wheels. Tony Gwynn, a savvy base runner, steals second base and now finds himself in scoring position as Hornsby is at the dish, loaded with a 3-1 count. The pitch. Ball four. Fire Hornsby walks. And now there's two aboard with one away. Up comes Musial. Not the best matchup here. Musial really does struggle versus left-hand pitching. We'll show you in our matchup analyzer, which has been underutilized tonight given our time constraints. There's Stan Musial, and there's his stats versus left-hand pitching. A 609 OPS, which is effectively the equivalent of an Ozzy Smith up there. And David Price, a dominant pitcher versus left. But can Musial come through here? The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike three. Unable to find the barrel on that 96-mile-an-hour heater from David Price. And now we've got two away here in the fifth. Up comes Nap Lajoie. 0-2 count on him. The pitch. Ground ball down the line. Scoring from second is Gwynn. Heading to third and being sent home is Hornsby. The throw goes to third, is not in time. All told, it will be the slowest 2 RBI triple I've ever seen as Lajoie races all the way to third base on a ball that didn't even get down into the corner. 2-run score. The Senators now lead this game. Now batting in this same inning is Griffey, looking to extend it. The pitch. Fly ball to center field. Oh, and misplaying the ball is Willie Mays. Griffey will head to second. He'll technically get a double as Willie Mays underestimated just how hard that ball was hit. Make it 8-6 Osgood Senators. We go top six now, and Bumgarner now with the opportunity to protect the lead. A 2-run lead, 8-6 as he faces Joe Maurer. The wind and the pitch. Little lippy center field base hit. Joe Maurer starts off this 6th inning with a single. Up next, Brooks Robinson, the pitch to him. And he gets into one deep, and forget about this one. Unbelievable. Robinson hits this one 450 feet to tie the game. This back and forth affair in game 3 seems to be centering around a tie ball game. One team can get ahead and the other one just runs right back and ties it up. And that's where we find ourselves now, 8-8 in the top of the 6th. Pitching change for the Osgood Senators as into this game comes Bob Feller to face Rogers Hornsby. Boggs aboard. The pitch. Grounder to second base, to second, one to first, double play. Senators fans love that one as they get out of trouble here in the 6th. Yes, they've lost the lead, but it's just a tie ball game as we head to the bottom half. Here in the bottom half, we've got Ozzy Smith starting a rally. We don't know what he did. He might have walked. He might have bunted for a hit. He might have hit it off the wall and been lollygagging, so he ended up with a single. But either way, Ozzy Smith is aboard, and Ty Cobb now bats here with no outs in the 6th inning, facing Trevor Hoffman. Hoffman into this game early for the Witchwood Wolverines. 2-2 count. The pitch. And that ball's hit well to center field, and that will get down. Smith around second, heading to third. Cobb going for extras. He'll get it. That's a standing double, putting runners at second and third for the Senators, and nobody out. Infield comes in. Upper decker Gwynn comes into the batter's box. 1-2 count on the pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. 1 run will score. That ball was not hit hard off the bat of Gwynn, but with the infield drawn in, Jackie Robinson did not have the range to go make the play on it. So it squirts through, make it 9-8 Senators, and making the play for the plate on that one cost him. Could have easily retired Gwynn at first, yielding that same run, but instead it's nobody out, runners at the corners. And it looks like they tick on another insurance run, make it 10-8 Senators in that same rally. And we go right back to the Senators an inning later. We're now in the bottom of the 8th, and we've got Tony Gwynn up facing Steve Carlton. Upper decker Gwynn, I like to call him. The pitch. And Gwynn laces one to left field, a base hit. He is aboard, and the fans stay on their feet here for Rogers Hornsby. A great matchup here. It's not just any Rogers Hornsby, but if you look in the backs, if you look in the lineup, it's a fire. Rogers Hornsby, 2-2 count on him. The pitch. Crushes this one to the left center field gap. Gwynn is off to the races. Heading to third. Will he stop there? No, he won't. He's going to try to score. The throw, not in time. Make it 11-8 Senators as Fire Hornsby has added another insurance run. We go top 9, and the Wolverines need 3 runs or they're going to be down 3 games in this series. And they're going to have to do it against Osgood Senators closer Mariano Rivera. Shoeless Joe will start the rally. Wind and the pitch. Line drive up the middle. Base hit. Wolverines start just as they wanted with a base runner to start off this top of the 9th. Shoeless Joe ends up at second with 1 away as Hornsby bats. The pitch. Ball 4. The Wolverines send up the tying run here in this one in the form of Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb has himself a 2-0 advantage in the count. The pitch. And that ball's hit well. Deep right field. Giving chase to the right fielder. And that ball's gone. Ty Cobb ties the game in the top of the 9th. Mariano Rivera leaves a 96-mile-an-hour sinker out over the plate. Ty Cobb turns it around and sends it and deposits it 384 feet to the power alley in right center. A huge shot in the arm for the entire Witchwood bench, which you see going nuts here, as this wild Game 3 has only gotten more wild as we're now tied with 1 out in the top of the 9th. Still in the top of the 9th, and upper decker Gwynn comes up. 2 outs, nobody on. The pitch. Ground ball first base. Makes the play. Takes it to the bag himself. And that's going to do it. 3 runs. No runners left for the Wolverines, but the damage has been done. A 3-run homer off the bat of Ty Cobb results in a blown save for Mariano Rivera and results in the Senators now needing to go back to the well to cement their victory in Game 3. Nap Lajoie will start off this 9th for them against Mariano Rivera. The wind and the pitch. Little looper right field, giving chase and not able to get there is Tony Gwynn. That is a leadoff single for Lajoie. Now, how do the Senators play this? They've got a leadoff runner on. Will they try to move him over and move him in to seal this victory? Up next comes Ken Griffey Jr., not known for his sacrifice bunting prowess, but take a peek at that third baseline. If that third baseline was ever begging for a bunt attempt, it's right now, as Hornsby is just daring him to attempt it here in the 9th. The pitch. Line drive to Hornsby, to second one, to first, double play. Hornsby playing a traditional shortstop position, sees a line drive hit off the bat of Ken Griffey Jr., one hopped right to him, able to throw it to the traditional shortstop, Brooks Robinson, covering the bag at second base, who's able to fire on over to first base in time for the double play. Killing the leadoff single from Lajoie. And now comes up Ivan Rodriguez. Now, we've already seen Ivan Rodriguez go 450 feet to dead straightaway center for a 3-run homer. Is there a little bit more magic in his bat here tonight? 1-2 count on him, the pitch. Little blooper, center field, long run, but making the grab is Willie Mays and sending us to extra innings for the second time in this series. Top 10. We start off with the Wolverines' Jackie Robinson. The wind and the pitch, and Robinson hits a little blooper, giving chases Griffey. He should make that grab, no problem. One up and one down. Very next batter is Joe Maurer, and Maurer has worked a 3-0 advantage in the count. He finishes it off with a 4-pitch walk. Not what you want to see for the Senators. So Ricky Henderson comes into the game as a pinch runner and proceeds to immediately steal second base on Pudge Rodriguez. So Ricky Henderson represents the go-ahead run aboard at second base with one out. At the plate, trying to score him, is Brooks Robinson. And it's not just any Brooks Robinson, but this is the Brooks Robinson that just recently shed the icicle emoji. Trending in the right direction. Let's see if he's able to heat up that bat here in the 10th. 1-2 count. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Easy field. Throws it across. For the second out of the inning. A nice solid play from Fire Hornsby of the Osgood Senators. Now the only thing standing between the Senators and an opportunity to walk this off in the 10th with a single run is Shoeless Joe Jackson, as Trevor Hoffman will pitch to him. The pitch, fly ball center field. Giving chase is Ken Griffey Jr. and makes the grab. Shoeless Joe Jackson chases Ken Griffey Jr. to the warning track. Just left of straightaway center field, but Griffey puts the squeeze on it, and the Senators will have a chance to walk it off in the bottom half of the inning. We'll start it off with Ozzy Smith. The pitch. Ground ball to second. Easy play, easy catch. One up and one down. Now one out in the inning as we turn the lineup over and send up Ty Cobb of the Osgood Senators. The pitch. That ball's crushed. Right center field, and it one-hops the wall. Ty Cobb on his way for extra bases, gets to second, not even thinking about slowing down there. Motors on over to third, slides in with a one-out triple, and now represents the winning run in this game, only 90 feet away. Fans on their feet. Willie Mays to the plate. Infield in shifted. Two Robinsons left to second base. Mariano Rivera playing with fire here. Outfield's playing somewhat shallow as well, as they need to be able to make the play at the plate on Ty Cobb. The pitch. Line drive left field. Base hit! Willie Mays walks it off for the Senators, who now lead the series 3-0. A 12-11 win in extra innings. An unbelievable back and forth game. Neither team mailed it in when both teams faced significant deficits, but the Senators come out on top. Unbelievable. All right, we're going to need to go to the well. We're going to need to go find another sim for the first time in a long time. So we are now 3-0 for the Senators. Now 1 win away from back-to-back ships. Becoming the only, if they're able to do it, they'll only become the second team to ever do it. And it appears as if we are caught up in this one, as I don't have a sim to pull down at the time being. Let me try one more thing to see if I'm wrong. But what a series. What a series, what a series. All right, let's see what we've got working here. We do have a Game 4. We've got a Game 4 ready for us here in Osgood. Stakes could not be higher. I guess that's a false statement. It's a 3-0 series. Stakes couldn't be higher for the Wolverines, as they need to win this one, or they're on their way home. Let's get it started. We've got the Senators sending out Warren Spahn here in the first to face a tough lineup for him. He's going to have 6 right-handed bats in that opposing lineup of the Witchwood Wolverines. And that first bat he'll face is Shoeless Joe Jackson. Wind and the pitch. Little looper left field. That ball's going to get down. Shoeless Joe Jackson will start off this game with an opposite field single to left field. Oh boy, look at that. We've got 2 runs on the board without even seeing it. So the Wolverines are now up 2-0 in this game, and they are batting. They are now batting in the second inning as Fire Wade Boggs steps in against Warren Spahn with Campanella aboard. The pitch. And Wade Boggs gets into one. Forget about that one. More upper deck work for Wade Boggs as he puts that one 6 rows into the second deck here in Osgood. 4-0 Wolverines. We go top 7, make it 5-0 Wolverines. Into the game comes Shane Bieber for the Senators, and he'll face Brooks Robinson. 1-2 count on him, the pitch. And Brooks Robinson gets into one. That ball might be. It could be. It is a solo home run. 402 feet to the left field power alley. Makes it 6-0 Wolverines. We go bottom 9 now with 2 outs. The Senators now getting their first highlight of the game. And it happens to be one where if they don't get a base hit here, this game is over. Facing Tom Glavine. Lajoie to short, from short over across, and that will do it. The Witchwood Wolverines stave off elimination with a dominant 8-0 victory and shutout in Game 4, which will push us to Game 5 here in Osgood tomorrow. Let's check out the box score and see what happened. Oh, look at the Witchwood Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine came into this ballpark on a mission, and he accomplished it. He goes complete game shutout, not walking a soul, scattering 8 hits and logging 2 strikeouts, but getting his 4th win of the postseason for Witchwood. Let's take a look at these game logs. And in so doing, you see a postseason where he's had, count 'em, 5 quality starts. The Witchwood Tom Glavine has been nothing but good in the postseason this year, with his masterpiece being saved for the World Series when his team was facing a 3-0 deficit. Big game Tommy, as Bad Weave puts it. 109 pitches, 33 batters faced, and he goes from sun up to sundown and pushes this series to a Game 5. Let's update our score bug. We've got very long team names today, making it difficult on my scoreboard. That's not much better, but we're going to go with it. We'll make one little change there. There we go. So 3-1 Senators now. Now, for the Osgood Senators, they saw Warren Spahn and Shane Bieber both struggle. When you have your Spahn going up against a Glavine, you feel pretty good about your chances, but that couldn't be further from the truth, as Spahn got beat around for 5 earned runs over 5 2/3 innings. All right, let's try to load up our game number 5. One of two things is going to happen here. We are either going to crown a new champion, or we are headed for an off day. We are headed for a travel day as we head back to Witchwood and give them an opportunity to pull themselves back into this game and threaten a reverse sweep. So let's see if Game 5 sim is ready for us now. Survey says no. I'll try one other date. What do you guys think is going to happen in this one? We had our crazy 1-1 affair that goes 16 innings before Osgood ends up pulling it out. We had another back and forth game in Game 2. We had a nutso Game 3, and then a dominant Game 4. What is on tap here for Game 5? That's the question. If you're Osgood, you want to win this one. Winning home games is a ton easier than winning road games. Although that wasn't the case for them this year. Let's recall that Osgood had a better record on the road. Osgood was a .537 win percentage on the road, .506 at home. And that narrative holding true here in this series as they won both games on the road and have now split their home games. As we're waiting for this sim, if it doesn't come back right here, we'll go ahead and look at some stats from the week that was. All right, so it is not back for us yet. Let's bring you guys back into the fold. Welcome back, everyone. Now let's look at some stats. So these were your top hitters in Perfect League this week. Shoeless Joe at the top, no surprise there. We had someone run a Juan Soto this week, and not only did they run him, but they got a ton of production out of him. Look at this, an 869 OPS. They basically got Shoeless Joe production out of Juan Soto this week. Not something that I'd consider sustainable, but definitely something that catches my attention. After Juan Soto and his season that we see, we have Ty Cobb and Hornsby coming up next. We've seen Hornsby week to week putting up very strong numbers, living in the 10 to 15 range. We see him this week landing at 13.4. Very solid. And then we've got Stan Musial. So Musial has now been outperforming Connor for, I want to say, 3 weeks in a row. And once you do something 3 weeks in a row, you get in my attention. I've been a Roco guy forever. I love me some Roger Connor. He's the best card I've ever packed. At the time of me packing it, his L7 was the highest of any card I've packed in this entire game cycle. So I am a Roco lover. I am Roco for life. But I think the stats are finally pushing us that based on all of the cards that are surrounding the league, for whatever reason, we're seeing Stan Musial putting up consistently better offensive production than Roger Connor. So we'll see if that continues. Now, we have Roger Connor being played at a factor of 5x to what Musial's being played. So if some of those Roger Connor plate appearances shift over to Musial, maybe we start to see some different results. Port Dog providing some context that Soto played in a maxed out park, maxed average, maxed XBH. Bailey hitting me up that the sim is in. Appreciate it. Let's load this up and see what happens. Yeah, we've never had a stream where I had less time to dig into our observed stats. But 3 extra inning games, or 2 extra inning games and 4 games will do that, including a 16-inning marathon. All right, beautiful. Game 5 is in. What's going to happen? We've got the Senators sending out one of the best cards in Perfect Team to try to nail this one down. Try to be the hero that gives them back-to-back Perfect League championships. Pedro Martinez is the one he's tasking with that. And Pedro will face a lineup that starts off with Shoeless Joe. Let's get it started. Pedro behind in the count 3-1. Wind and the pitch. Little looper left field and down. Shoeless Joe will start off this game 5 with an opposite field inside-out single and put the Wolverines in position to perhaps grab the early lead. Next batter's Wade Boggs. He's got a full count. The pitch. Runner going, swing and a miss, throw down to second, in time! A strike him out, throw him out. As Ivan Rodriguez fires down to second base, erases Shoeless Joe Jackson. And a shot in the arm here early in Game 5 for the Senators. Bottom 4. And look what we've got going on here. Big time rally for the Senators. Runners at the corners. Rogers Hornsby at the plate. Not any Rogers, but Fire Rogers. And to make things worse, he's already got a 3-0 count as he's facing the Witchwood Wolverines, Pedro Martinez. The pitch. Ball 4. They are now loaded. Up comes Stan Musial. Opportunity to hang a crooked number here for the Senators in Game 5, and the fans feel it. Fans are on their feet. Infield drawn in for the Wolverines. 2-2 count. The pitch. Fly ball, center field, heading back and making the grab is Ken Griffey Jr., but the runners do score. Runner from third scores, runner from second, Shoeless Joe, moves on over to third, and the Osgood Senators take a 1-0 lead here in the 4th. Make it 2-0. Senators lead 2-0. We go top 5. Pedro still on the hill for the Senators, facing Joe Maurer. 3-1 count on Maurer, the pitch. That ball hit well. Deep right center. Going, gone! Joe Maurer with a fence scraper out to right center, giving the Wolverines something to cheer about and cutting the lead in half. 2-1. Still top 5. Shoeless aboard. He's on first. Wade Boggs at the plate. 2 away the pitch. Little looper, right field and down. Shoeless gets to second. He'll stop there. Now 2 aboard, 2 out for Rogers Hornsby. 2 strikes on him. The pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Fields it. Takes the short throw to second base, and they're out of the inning. Top 8 now. Man, this game is going fast. Witchwood Wolverines running out of bullets, running out of outs. They'll send up Wade Boggs here in this spot to face David Price. 1-1 count. The pitch. Boggs loops it to right field and down. A leadoff single off the bat of Wade Boggs. Let's see if they pinch run here. And they do. Ricky Henderson comes into the game. Now, will he attempt to steal the bag? Or given that you've got a lefty on the mound and Pudge behind home, will they play it more conservative? Hornsby at the plate. Runner back. Another check on the runner back. 2-1 count on Hornsby now. The pitch. That ball's hit well. Left field. Ranging back and diving and making the catch is Tony Gwynn. An unbelievable play by the Senators left fielder. Looked like he misjudged the ball for a minute there, but was able to recover and lays out for the putout. 1 away here in the top of the 8th. And very next batter is Ty Cobb. Price will pitch to him. First check on the runner. Let's see if we see Henderson a little bit more active on the base paths now that there's 1 away. Another check on the runner back. 1-0 count. Another check on the runner back. And again. And again. Very concerned with the runner at first, and understandably so. Henderson, the best runner in the history of baseball. 1-2 count. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. David Price wipes out Ty Cobb with a 97-mile-an-hour sinker. And what that's going to do is that's going to put them in position to end out this 8th inning. If they can get through Willie Mays of the Witchwood Wolverines. 2-1 count on Mays. The pitch. Looping line ball to the left field and going all the way to the wall. Henderson around second, heading to third. He's at third, and he's not going to stop there. The throw will go to third base. And it will not be in time as Willie Mays gets a game-tying triple to the left center field gap with 2 outs in the 8th inning. Next batter's Tony Gwynn. Mays 90 feet away at third base. 2 outs, the pitch. Little blooper, third base, tracking it and making the grab is Hornsby. And we're now all tied up, heading to the 8th inning. Do the Senators have one more late rally in them to seal this series? First batter that will attempt to do something about it is Jackie Robinson, special edition, as he is sent up to lead off this 8th inning versus Liam Hendricks. The pitch. Looping liner, base hit. Jackie Robinson got enough of that one to get out beyond Brooks Robinson, the shortstop, and now leads off this 8th inning with a single. Next batter, Stan Musial. Let's keep an eye on Jackie Robinson to see if he's active at all on the base paths. And that's exactly what Liam Hendricks is thinking as he checks on him there. 1-2 count on Musial. The pitch. Fly ball center field. Well hit. Traveling out there and making the grab is the center fielder. Willie Mays able to range deep and back to his right and make the grab on the warning track. Not tagging up is Jackie Robinson, as that ball had a chance of reaching pasture and just did not. Jackie Robinson steals second base, putting himself into scoring position as Nap Lajoie steps into the batter's box, up in the count 1-0. The pitch. Blooper to right field and down! Jackie Robinson to third, and he's not going to try to score. No, they'll hold him up there. Jackie had to make sure that ball was through. It was an inside-out swing. Didn't get a ton of it. Wanted to make sure it was ranging out beyond the head of Jackie Robinson of the Witchwood Wolverines. It did, but because he didn't get a great jump, he did not want to chance it and run on the arm of Willie Mays. Instead, we'll have runners at the corners, one away. Oh, and look at that. A run scores. Make it 3-2 Senators. They take the lead. We'll get some crowd cheering and fireworks. We'll look in the game log to see how it happened. But the Senators now lead in this one 3-2 as Pudge steps in to try to extend it. Up in the count 1-0, facing Trevor Hoffman. The pitch. Line drive, base hit, right field. Make it 4-2 Senators. Off the bat of Pudge Rodriguez going to the opposite field and spraying it between the second baseman and first baseman. 4-2 Senators. You can see from our camera feed they are starting to cover the locker room of the Senators in anticipation of a celebration as they now lead here late in Game 5. We go top 9. The Wolverines down to their final strike. Tech 15 and his Osgood Senators a pitch away from back-to-back World Series championships. He's trusting Trevor Hoffman to get the out for him. And Hoffman is facing Brooks Robinson. The wind, the pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3! The Osgood Senators have won the World Series. The Osgood Senators have become just the second team in perfect team history to win back-to-back World Series. What a game. What a series. Let's go to the game log. I want to see how that game untying run scored in the 8th inning. Aha. So we've got Jackie getting a single. We had the flyout that we saw. We had Nap Lajoie getting a single after Jackie steals second. So that's how we ended up with first and third. And then when we were first and third, Lajoie stole second. And then Pudge Rodriguez threw the ball, or Campanella or Maurer, whoever it was, threw the ball into center field, which allowed Jackie to score and allowed Lajoie to get to third. But neither here nor there. Here's your final view. The Osgood Senators, for the second week in a row, find themselves atop the heap of the 40-team Perfect League, having traversed the 16-team playoffs 2 times in a row, this time besting the Witchwood Wolverine in 5 games. Congratulations to our combatants tonight. 5 games did not do that series justice. Everything was back and forth, and honestly, the only game that wasn't tight was the one game that the Wolverines won. It was their 8-0 drubbing in Game 4. 2-1 Game 1 in 16 innings. 3-1 Game 2. 12-11 wild game in Game 3. And then we had the crazy, dominant 8-0 in Game 4. And then we just saw Game 5. Series MVP for the Osgood Senators goes to Rogers Hornsby, who went 11 for 23, including a homer, OPSing around 1-2. So congrats to the Osgood Senators. Tech 15 has now made Perfect League Finals 6 times between his 2 accounts. His main account, the Ottawa Hammerheads, and his alt account, these Osgood Senators. He has won 3 Perfect League championships between the 2, including 2 consecutive ones from the Osgood Senators. An incredible achievement, but also kudos to the Witchwood Wolverines for making it as far as they did and giving us an entertaining series here tonight. So with that, that will conclude our coverage of the 2069 Perfect League World Series. I don't know for sure, but I believe that DishNet comes on shortly after me. Maybe he's in the chat and he can confirm. But I thank you guys for joining tonight. I thank you guys for being part of the broadcast. I thank you guys for experiencing what we were able to see tonight. And I'll look forward to doing it all next week. Because even though we're not giving out 8-inch plastic trophies anymore, we are still crowning Perfect League winners. And so make sure you join us. And Dish is in the chat confirming that he's coming on right after me, so I'll get out of his way. You guys can enjoy Perfect League weekly prep. And with that, DRC out.